In December 2018, the world learned of a tragedy so devastating that it pierced the hearts of all who heard it. A story of two young women, Louisa Vesterager Jespersen and Maren Uland, whose adventurous spirits and zest for life were met with unimaginable darkness. Their journey to explore the rugged beauty of Morocco, to immerse themselves in the wonder of the high Atlas Mountains, was tragically cut short. What follows is a story of friendship, discovery, and heartbreak that left an indelible mark on the global consciousness. Louisa, a vibrant 24-year-old from Denmark, and Maren, her close 28-year-old friend from Norway, were university students in Norway, sharing a passion for nature, exploration, and cultural immersion. They were drawn to the idea of venturing beyond their familiar surroundings to experience the world firsthand. Their bond was forged over a mutual curiosity for the world, a shared sense of adventure, and the desire to seek out beauty wherever they went. In December 2018, they decided to embark on a trip to Morocco. Their destination was the breathtaking High Atlas Mountains, known for their stunning landscapes, welcoming communities, and the iconic Mount Toubkal, the highest peak in North Africa. This trip was more than a vacation. It was a chance to connect with nature, challenge themselves physically, and create memories they would cherish forever. The journey began with excitement. Arriving in Morocco, Louisa and Maren quickly made their way to Imlil, a picturesque village nestled in the heart of the High Atlas region. Known as a gateway for trekkers, Imlil was a haven of natural beauty, with its charming trails, vibrant local culture, and panoramic views. Louisa and Maren set out to explore the region, their backpacks filled with supplies and their hearts brimming with anticipation. But their adventure took a sinister turn. On the morning of December 17, 2018, hikers in the High Atlas Mountains stumbled upon a scene that would haunt them forever. The lifeless bodies of Louisa and Maren were discovered in a remote area near Imlil. Authorities were quickly called to the scene, and as word spread, shock and disbelief rippled through the local community and far beyond Morocco's borders. Moroccan authorities moved swiftly to investigate. They secured the area, gathered evidence, and launched a manhunt for those responsible. It wasn't long before arrests were made. As details of the case emerged, the story became even more harrowing. Investigators revealed that the suspects had been inspired by extremist ideologies. A video surfaced during the investigation showing the suspects pledging allegiance to a dangerous ideology just days before the incident. This revelation shocked the world, adding a chilling element of premeditation to an already horrific crime. Another video, which reportedly documented the crime itself, began circulating online. Its existence was deeply distressing, further amplifying the grief of Louisa and Maren's loved ones. In an especially cruel twist, one of the victims' families reportedly received images from this recording through social media, an act of unimaginable cruelty. Forensic teams worked tirelessly to piece together the sequence of events. The suspects were tracked down and arrested in a matter of days, thanks to the efforts of Moroccan authorities. The swift action reassured the local community and showed the world that justice would be pursued relentlessly. The arrests led to a high-profile trial that was closely followed by international media. In court, the suspects faced charges that laid bare the extent of their actions. The families of Louisa and Maren, heartbroken but resolute, attended the proceedings, determined to see justice served for their daughters. The courtroom was filled with an overwhelming sense of sorrow and anger. The suspects offered no plausible defense for their actions, and their motivations were condemned by both the legal system and the global community. Ultimately, they were convicted and received severe sentences reflective of the gravity of their crimes. For the families of Louisa and Maren, the tragedy was a devastating loss. Louisa's family remembered her as a young woman full of life, eager to embrace every experience the world had to offer. Maren's family described her as kind-hearted, compassionate, and deeply curious about the world. Both families spoke of their daughter's love for life and their determination to make a difference in the world. The aftermath of this tragedy sparked conversations far beyond Morocco. People across the globe discussed the safety of travelers, the dangers posed by extremist ideologies, and the importance of fostering a world free from such senseless violence. The story of Louisa and Maren became a rallying cry for vigilance, empathy, and peace. But amidst the sorrow, there were also moments of reflection. Louisa and Maren's journey to Morocco was a testament to their adventurous spirits, their love of life, and their courage to explore the unknown. Their memory lives on in the hearts of their families, friends, and all those who were touched by their story. This is not just the story of a crime, it is a story of two young women whose lives were tragically taken but whose legacy continues to inspire. It is a reminder of the fragility of life and the need for compassion and understanding in a world often marked by division. Let us remember Louisa Vestager Jespersen and Maren Uland, not for the tragedy that ended their journey, but for the joy they found in exploration, the love they shared with those around them, and the light they brought into the world. Their story is a call to cherish the moments we have, to seek beauty and connection wherever we can, and to stand together against forces that seek to divide us. In their memory, may we continue to strive for a world where kindness triumphs over cruelty and hope outshines fear. The sound of gentle waves washing onto the shore, the whisper of a warm tropical breeze through the palm trees, and the vibrant chatter of travelers exchanging stories. This was the Koh Tao experience that lured thousands of adventurers to its shores. Known as Turtle Island for its shape and reputation as a diving paradise, Koh Tao was a dream destination, a slice of paradise tucked away in the Gulf of Thailand. For two young travelers, Hannah Witheridge and David Miller, Koh Tao was to be a highlight of their journey. Both in their early 20s and hailing from the United Kingdom, they had embarked on separate adventures, but found themselves crossing paths on this idyllic island. Little did anyone know that their stories, full of promise and potential, would come to a devastating end in September 2014, leaving behind a legacy of grief, questions, and a tainted paradise. Hannah Witheridge, a bright and compassionate 23-year-old, was from a small town in Norfolk, England. With her radiant smile and deep sense of empathy, she was pursuing a career in speech therapy, a field that reflected her nurturing personality. Her trip to Southeast Asia was a chance to escape the demands of her studies, to explore, recharge, and connect with the world around her. David Miller, 24, was from Jersey in the Channel Islands. He had recently graduated with a degree in civil engineering and had a passion for adventure and the outdoors. Described by friends and family as kind-hearted, ambitious, and full of life, he had taken time to travel before diving into his career. Both Hannah and David were drawn to Koh Tao, like so many before them, by its reputation as a haven for young travelers. Known for its pristine beaches, vibrant nightlife, and world-renowned dive spots, the island was the perfect blend of relaxation and excitement. It was a place where people came to forge connections, create memories, and revel in the beauty of nature. On the evening of September 14th, 2014, Hannah and David, along with many other travelers, found themselves in Sari Beach's bustling nightlife district. The area was alive with music and laughter, a meeting ground for strangers from all corners of the globe. Bars lined the beach, offering cocktails, music, and an atmosphere of carefree joy. Hannah and David were seen chatting, dancing, and enjoying the evening. The vibrant energy of the night was infectious, and the two seemed to be embracing every moment. For those who saw them, they appeared like any other young travelers, making the most of their time in paradise. But as the night stretched into the early hours of the morning, the bustling beach began to quiet down. The stars hung low over the island, and the sounds of the party faded into the background. Hannah and David, like many others, began their walk back to their accommodations. The next morning, as the sun rose over Koh Tao, the serenity of the island was shattered. A local worker, walking along a secluded stretch of Seri Beach, stumbled upon a horrifying scene. The lifeless bodies of Hannah and David lay on the sand, their injuries indicating a violent and tragic end. The discovery sent shockwaves through the island community. For an island synonymous with peace and beauty, this was an unfathomable event. Authorities were immediately notified, and the beach was cordoned off as investigators arrived to piece together what had happened. Local authorities, under immense pressure to solve the case swiftly, launched an intensive investigation. Forensics teams scoured the scene, collecting evidence, while police questioned dozens of locals, tourists, and workers in the area. The investigation took a dramatic turn when two migrant workers from Myanmar, Zhao Lin and Wai Phio, were arrested. The police claimed they had evidence linking the men to the crime, including DNA samples taken from the scene. Initial confessions from the suspects seemed to confirm their guilt, and authorities declared the case solved. However, as more details emerged, the narrative grew murky. The suspects later retracted their confessions, alleging they were obtained under coercion. Human rights groups and legal experts began to scrutinize the case, pointing out potential flaws in the investigation and raising concerns about the treatment of migrant workers in Thailand. The trial of Zhao Lin and Wai Phio, held on Koh Samui, was a spectacle that drew international attention. Prosecutors relied heavily on the DNA evidence, which they claimed was indisputable. The defense, however, highlighted inconsistencies, including allegations of mishandled evidence and procedural lapses. Despite the controversies, the court found both men guilty and sentenced them to death. For some, the verdict brought a sense of closure, a reassurance that justice had been served. For others, it raised uncomfortable questions about the fairness of the Thai justice system and the rights of marginalized communities. For the families of Hannah Witheridge and David Miller, the trial was only a small part of their grieving process. Both families remembered their loved ones as vibrant, kind-hearted individuals who had so much to offer the world. The tragedy of their loss was compounded by the knowledge that it occurred in a place they had visited, seeking joy and adventure. Hannah's family described her as a beacon of light, someone who brought warmth and compassion into every room she entered. David's family spoke of his adventurous spirit, his kindness, and the bright future that lay ahead of him. Their lives were a testament to the beauty of youth, friendship, and the human spirit. The case of Hannah Witheridge and David Miller cast a shadow over Koh Tao. Once celebrated as a paradise, the island became the subject of scrutiny, with media outlets dubbing it Death Island due to other incidents involving tourists. The tragedy sparked global conversations about traveler safety, the treatment of migrant workers, and the complexities of justice in foreign lands. For many, it was a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of vigilance, even in places that seem idyllic. As we reflect on the lives of Hannah Witheridge and David Miller, let us remember them not for the tragedy that ended their journey, but for the joy, love, and kindness they brought into the world. Their story is a reminder to cherish every moment, to seek connection and understanding, and to strive for a world where such senseless acts no longer occur. Their legacy lives on in the hearts of those who knew and loved them, and in the countless travelers who continue to explore the world with courage and curiosity. Let their memory inspire us to embrace life with open hearts and to work towards a future defined by compassion, justice, and peace.